And we're back in our episode of NBA 2K14. In the last episode, as the Memphis Grizzlies beat the Houston Rockets in a close game in overtime, 128 to 122. You see James Harden got 42 points, Dwight Howard got 34, and Patrick Beverley got 20. And meanwhile, for Mike Conley and the Grizzlies got 33 and 12, and Tayshaun Prince got 27 points, including the forced overtime. That was a huge ending as the Rockets managed to defeat the Grizzlies. And now, for the second game of the doubleheader, we got a main event matchup featuring the two of the Western Conference powers. It might be the pay-per-view of the Western Conference semifinals, featuring Chris Paul and Blake Griffin of the Los Angeles Clippers take on Damian Lillard and Blake Griffin of the Portland Trail Blazers. And I forgot because I want to sit into Lamarcus Aldridge sub in, and forgot because I need to get sit out to replace to this. So we're gonna need to come in Robin Lopez in, not Lamarcus Aldridge. So we got the two of the Western Conference powerhouse matchup featuring Chris Paul and Blake Griffin of the Los Angeles Clippers take on Damian Lillard and Lamarcus Aldridge of the Portland Trail Blazers. That should be an interesting matchup. That's gonna be a good game. And for this game, the Clippers gonna use the blue and the Blazers gonna use the white. And that is it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video at the Rose Garden in Portland, Oregon. And now, we are sending over to Kevin Harlan here at the Rose Garden in Portland. Anyways, let's get started. Enjoy the video, and now, we're heading to Rose Garden in Portland. Here we go.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Welcome, folks. I'm Damon Bruce. It's Thursday night basketball. It'll be the Los Angeles Clippers facing off against the Portland Trail Blazers. And now, let's toss it over to Kevin Harlan with the rest of the 2K crew. I'll catch you at the break.
We're in the place they call the Rose Garden in downtown Portland, Oregon, the home of the Trailblazers, where we will be broadcasting today's action live. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? For Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Welcome to NBA basketball. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. One of the guys will be watching out for today, Chris Paul.
Well, you know, one of the toughest commodities to find in this league, Kevin, is a great point guard, not only on the floor, but off the floor. Chris Paul is a model leader.
And as you can see, the Blazers fans once again used the red and white. The Color Crown used them in like a playoff style. Let's check out some Blazer fan our patch to see what's there in here inside. The fans are a power of the Blazers. What's that? It's Portland. I will call the fans of Portland, and the shirts are Blazers. And you see the fans, the players of Blazers in the white shirts. You can see in the blind it again. That was the Portland. I can see the blind here. It's in Portland Trail Blazers, the white. And for the black, they have Reef City as the model, and the black that's for Blazers. There is the Portland fans are very nice. So as you can see, it's very sweet and nice. That was good one. So now, heading back and resume the game. Here we go.
He's a guy who is probably as talented as any point guard in the league, but his leadership qualities, I think, put him over the top.
You know, it isn't just the inspiration off the court or making big-time baskets. I mean, the way he passes is infectious to his team. I mean, it's contagious. It usually ends up permeating the whole team. Same goes for his defense. I mean, he'll come up with that big steal and can completely change the momentum with the kind of plays he can make at both ends of the floor.
You look at the Clippers. They're faced now with what is probably the easiest part of their schedule. They've got a lot of home games on the docket, but they can't take anything, guys, for granted.
This is a favorable portion of the schedule for this club. They're going to have a number of games at home, and they've been difficult to beat there, so this should work out to their advantage.
Yeah. schedule really kind of plays out well for them. A number of home games over a short period of time, as you mentioned, Clark. So their track record in the building has already been good, and they'd like to keep it going.
The kick out to Matthews. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And Aldridge. Slams it in.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does it.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
And Griffin scores. The assist by Crawford.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100%, can't do better than that. You know, CP3 did a lot of things, guys, to change the culture of the Clippers, but one that maybe gets overlooked is how much he encourages and model talking on defense with this team. If you don't call out a screen or a rotation on his team, he'll call you out about it.
Matthews against Crawford. Lillard from outside. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
And we've seen the Clippers turn around over the last few years. It doesn't just happen purely with talent. Oh, it helps, certainly. But, Steve, a lot of it has to do with the change in the team's mindset.
Yeah, you can load up a team with a bunch of scorers and talented players, but if they aren't playing for each other and motivated to have each other's backs, then it does nothing. And I think Paul has done wonders for just the chemistry and the mindset of this Clippers team.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, the head coach for the Portland Trailblazers gave me just a couple of minutes. He knows that the challenge for his team in this game will be to slow down Blake Griffin, whom he described as instant momentum. With Griffin being such a handful physically, they plan to limit his ability to get any space around the basket and hopefully cut down those powerful drives toward the rim.
And thanks for that story, Doris. And Batum kicks to Lopez. And a slam by Blake Griffin.
I think they gave him a little too much room there. I mean, that was all he needed to rise up. And punch that one down.
Yeah, he's going to jump at those chances, guys.
Yeah, that's what he does. He is a high flyer.
One thing Matt Barnes has no problem doing is playing the role of a scrapper. I mean, he plays with that kind of sandpaper edge to his game. No fear, and that's why his teammates have so much respect for him. It also helps that he can contribute in a variety of ways.
Pass to Griffin. Lopez is there. Ball is screen on Lopez. Griffin dishes the ball. Again with Clippers.
He is remarkably hot this quarter. He has yet to miss a shot.
Ball against Lillard. A feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Lillard's got his third basket of the night. And Ned Barnes, a fiery defender. He plays the game, it seems, almost all the time with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he embraces the physicality of the game, but I just love the energy and the emotion that Matt Barnes brings to any team that he plays for. That's why, regardless of where he is, he always finds his way into the rotation.
And he's played for a lot of teams.
Yes, he has.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Collison, the pass to Odom. Dudley. Clippers moving the ball around. Odom kicks to Dudley. Traps in the tray. Dudley's got his first 3 points of the game.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove.
And that one's good.
Well, there's plenty to like about him as a player, but you know, one thing that really stands out is the quick trigger. He can catch the ball in space, defenders all over him, but you know, in an instant, lets that shot go, and he is accurate.
And Steve, just like you, when you shot, you had a favorite spot on the floor when you played. His favorite spot seems to be that three from the corner.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty obvious, guys. Portland has a lot of young talent, but the defensive effort has to get better. The intensity, the concentration at that end of the floor has to grow, which is always tough with a young team, but to get better, it's going to have to start with defense there.
And that one's good.
don't know how they're going to keep this pace up. Both teams on fire here early.
And playing the game on rollerblades, too.
And Reddick kicks to Collison. This is to Griffin. Robinson on him. And again, Blake Griffin. Griffin's got 9. Trailblazers trail by 9. Outside Williams. Williams gets a screen from Leonard. Here's Barton. Makes it off the glass. Barton's got his first points of the game.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You can see that there.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Clippers ahead, up 7. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter.
It's a special New Year's Eve NBA celebration. Darren Williams and the Brooklyn Nets go up against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. More NBA next Tuesday.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Boy, a ton of threes in that first quarter. This team really lighting it up, guys.
Yeah, it's been an onslaught from downtown.
Victor Claver is out there with Terrell Wright. Then there's Mo Williams. Then it's Earl Watson. And it's Leonard in at the center position. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the quarter have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And it's not necessarily strategic, Mark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Got to play hard, guys.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Hey, guys. Well, for Doc Rivers, the former Boston Celtics head coach and now new Los Angeles Clippers head coach, and certainly a tough emotional choice for Rivers to move on. His quote saying, "I always knew when I took the job with Boston that I would love the Celtics. I knew I would love the tradition and the players, but I had no idea how much I would fall in love with the city and the people in it. Honestly, I get emotional thinking about it. I will cherish every single moment I had in Boston. And guys, hopefully that love returned by the Beantown faithful."
Well, Doris, that fan passion can cut both ways. Sometimes you have to take the good with the bad. The basket counts in 1. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hit.
That's how you do it, the bump and the bucket.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Myers Leonard. And it's Batum in for Terrell Wright.
Broke out the finger roll, guys. That was kind of a stylish finish.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Los Angeles.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, and the fact that they're playing well, close to the hoop, finding points in the paint, I mean, they've got it all going tonight.
There's the dish to Claver. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lamar Odom. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
It's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Portland. Damian Lillard comes in for Earl Watson. So it's Portland now. It's a 10-point game. Lopez dishes to Aldridge. 6 to shoot, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket. Boy, you look at the Clippers, and they clearly are one of the most entertaining teams in the NBA. One of the outstanding team shows you'll see. They have fun, they're up and down. But they're a hard-working group, and a lot of that you have to attribute to their leader, Chris Paul.
Trailblazers have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Matthews passes to Lopez. And he uses the glass on the way. Lopez has got his second bucket of the night. Clippers leading by 8. Well, Clark, as you were taking a look at the Clippers, they are a fun team, an amazing product so far with big names all around. But, you know, Steve, they've got to work hand in hand to make sure they're always at their best and not take things for granted.
Well, I think it's still a team that's a work in progress. You've got a young front line in Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, great point guard in Paul. The new additions have helped, and I think it'll be interesting to see if this team can gel.
They're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity. Clark can chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw, the defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Matthews into the lane. He kicks it to Aldridge. He feeds it to Lillard. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Lillard's got 9.
And LaMarcus Aldridge, an all-star for the 3rd straight season. You know, looking back, he's really been the jewel of that 2006 draft class where he went 2nd overall.
A nice shot by Griffin. 11 points in the game. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Now, Clark, you talk about Aldridge and what he's meant to the Trailblazers. Really the franchise player, Steve, in Portland. I think they look at him that way.
And for a team that had to rebuild on the fly after losing so many of their key players to injury, going back to Brandon Roy and Greg Oden, it's nice to see the Blazers bounce back and start to get Aldridge some help with guys like Damian Lillard and Batum and Matthews.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, Chris Paul re-signed with the Los Angeles Clippers this offseason, a 5-year max contract for over $100 million. But he held the Clippers' feet to the fire before he did, pressuring them to acquire coach Doc Rivers, who was also given final say in the front office. For Chris Paul, winning a championship is his ultimate goal, and he hasn't been shy about throwing his weight around off the court as well as on it. Kevin?
Oh, he's doing just that. Thank you, Doris.
I thought they did a better job of getting him inside in the first. I mean, they were conscious of throwing that ball in the paint and attacking the rim.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Aldridge. And Darrell Wright has subbed in for Nicholas Batum. The Trailblazers have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. When you look at the numbers, impressive.
And guys, that's a pretty good improvement over last season.
Odom's shot, good.
You know, even though he doesn't really have the long-range ability on a consistent level, he can knock down some open ones.
Lillard attacking, feeds it to Robinson. Using his post move to get the 2 points. Robinson's got his first 2 points of the night. The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to Golden State.
Well, you hate to say it, but they showed a lack of heart at the defensive end in losing that game. Just no effort.
You know, I know the fans don't want to hear it, but you're exactly right. There was no energy, no assertiveness, no aggressiveness. The defense was just lifeless. It's not a night that they're going to look back on fondly.
That's a 2 from Lillard, and Portland again with the bucket. Griffin with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Golden State, outside Odom. 1 second left, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Boy, a big bonus for them to end the quarter as he beats the buzzer.
Talk about maximizing every last possession you've got. Right there, it was done.
And we finished one half of basketball. Clippers lead by 8. Well, folks, stay tuned for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
It's Boxing Day, and we've got some bargains for you right here on the Halftime Report. The Los Angeles Clippers in front against Portland. As far as the conference is concerned, they're sitting right in the leader's rearview mirror. Chris Paul having no trouble against Portland. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. And hanging tough, the Portland Trail Blazers. Their second unit giving them instant offense. They've gone to their bench for scoring, and they've answered the call. Damian Lillard having himself a big-time game. We're at halftime, and still, he hasn't missed a shot. It's been a pure shooting exhibition. Now let's take off with some other games in progress around the league. The Memphis Grizzlies currently trailing the Rockets out in Houston. About midway through the third out there. And another game going on. San Antonio on top against the Mavericks at American Airlines Center. Second half of basketball just getting started for them. And the other game still underway. For Cleveland, a closely contested game against Atlanta. Things are pretty close out there in the third quarter of action. And we'll be heading back to the court for the rest of our coverage as we go to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Now the second half. About to start up and begin any moment.
You know, for now, the Trailblazers are still the basketball team in the Pacific Northwest. You know, Seattle made a strong push to acquire the Kings, made a record bid, but the owners decided that Sacramento had done its part to keep the Kings, and so Seattle has to wait.
Heading underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Josh Rivers. CP3 and Jamal Crawford make the bet. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan, and it's Barnes in at the 3. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Lopez. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Lopez has got 8. And Clark, going back, the Blazers were one of 3 teams in the Pacific Northwest. You also had the Sonics in Seattle and, Steve, the Vancouver Grizzlies.
And I think those two cities, particularly Seattle, Kevin, are strong contenders for a new NBA franchise. Of course, Seattle almost ended up with the Sacramento Kings, but when Sacramento was awarded the franchise, a lot of people felt like it was only a matter of time before Seattle would be granted an expansion team.
And the Clippers call time here. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland.
And looking back to last year, they won this season series, as you'd probably expect.
Now Griffin inside. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
To touch again on Steve's comment, last year they were a playoff team facing a team that went home at the end of the regular season, and Clark, they took advantage.
Yeah, that to me is what makes a playoff team, Kevin. I mean, beating the teams you should beat and then not having any significant letdown.
And Lillard kicks to Lopez. He passes to Batum. Jacks up a 3. Shot's good. Batum's got his second basket of the night.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Paul dishes to Griffin. Kicks it out to Crawford. Pass to Paul. Back to Crawford. Now the feed to Barnes. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Nothing but money for them to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
This is the 2K leaderboard with a rundown of the NBA's top defenders down low. The league's leaders in rejections this month. 5th best, Blake Griffin.
I'll tell you what, as the month has unfolded, this guy's defense on the interior has just gotten better and better.
Lillard the pass to Lopez. And Jordan sends it back. They retain possession. And Matthews kicks to Lopez. The second chance effort. And again, it's Portland converted.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
One of the rarest statistical feats you'll ever see in the NBA was accomplished by Nicholas Batum last season. In a December game, he tallied a 5-by-5. 5 points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks.
Here's Aldridge. Lays it up and bunks it in. Aldridge has got 8 points.
He's doing his best to carry him, fellas, but he can only do so much. Things would be different for them if he was getting a little more help.
Crawford's shot is good. And last season for Batum, a new gigantic contract, uptick in minutes, and when he was healthy, he was terrific.
Yeah, you know, Portland traded away Gerald Wallace to basically clear a path for Batum. And you're right, when he's healthy, he really can be an effective player out there. I like his defensive versatility. With his length and speed, he can guard either wing players or perimeter guys.
Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella is all about power and force.
Lillard with it. Chris Paul covering. And Aldridge slams it in.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geek.
That's what those alley-oops do, though.
Paul dishes to Griffin. And stolen by Aldridge. And Lillard kicks to Matthews. Uses the glass to finish the load. And now it's just a 4-point lead.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
You know, last season, guys, the Clippers were 4th in offensive efficiency, and you got to give a lot of credit to their terrific point guard rotation. Chris Paul had all point guards in player efficiency rating, and his backup, Eric Bledsoe. So was 15. That's a heck of a combo.
Clippers leading by 5. Griffin kicks to Paul. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
Well, going back to the great point guard play for the Clippers, they were 3rd in the league in this percentage.
And top 5 in terms of points in the paint, Kevin. So their big guys really fed off the penetration and great passing from Chris Paul in particular.
Matthews passes to Lillard. He dishes it to Lopez. Rejected by Griffin. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Ball's knocked loose. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. For Los Angeles, they've gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the third quarter. That is 90% from the field. What a roll they're on.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. That's 4 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been three-pointers.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. It's Williams with the drive. Watson for 3. Good. Nice assist for Williams. Watson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
He is feeling it. Terrific percentage from the field.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 6. From the Rose Garden in Portland, Oregon, we're back in a moment.
Start your new year with the NBA. Anthony Davis and the New Orleans Pelicans take on Kevin Love and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Basketball. Don't miss it. Wednesday night.
Thanks for joining us again. We get set fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Los Angeles.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Well, Williams out there with Earl Watson. Then there's Batum. Then there's Victor Claver. And it's Leonard in its center. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Portland.
Well, for Nicholas Batum, a little bit of a lull in his shooting percentage last season. Certainly he garnered a lot of attention defensively because of how well he had played the year before. We'll see if he's able to rebound in his numbers this season.
And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Lopez comes in for Myers Leonard. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Earl Watson. And for Nicholas Batum, a solid long-range shot, Steve, with a quick release.
And he can really hurt you in transition as well, Kevin, with his ability to get out and run. I think the biggest improvement to come is his in-between game as far as attacking in the half court.
He's injury prone, though, and I think that's a concern for the Blazers.
Yeah, but he can really run. He's athletic.
He is.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
Redick with the bucket.
Well, once a shooter, always a shooter. J.J. Redick, one of the great marksmen of all time at Duke in the college game. And it's kept on rolling here in the NBA. He's got deep range on his three, can spot up and shoot from anywhere, and also put the ball on the floor a couple times and create a shot inside.
Great shot is right. And like you said, not only threes, but Steve, any shot where you give Redick a chance to set his feet and get a clear view of the hoop, his shot form is just too consistent for him to miss. He's one of those players who works on that just so diligently. You know he's going to find a degree of success every time out there. Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Griffin comes in for Lamar Odom. And it's Paul in for Darren Collison. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the... plan with his team. He told them, the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
And here's Matthews from the arc. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
But you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
For Portland, they won their last contest, that game against New Orleans.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against the defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
And that one's good. 18 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Redick with the bucket.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're forcing it, moving it side to side, and working to get a good shot.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Here's Griffin.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Where'd that come from?
Now that's using some serious imagination.
Man, it was ridiculous.
Took him no time at all. And that's now 11 points for Nicholas Batum. Paul dishes to Griffin. The ball. That's good. And the Clippers lead by 8.
He played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Barnes comes in for Jared Dudley. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. And it's Lopez. On time on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 9 assists now tonight. Griffin kicks to Barnes, and he dunks it down. Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
Just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful.
Good. Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance.
And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Tell you what, they haven't exactly been shy about letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
You know, Steve, if you have the lead, you can afford to be a little comfortable with the three-point shot. You just don't want to fall too much in love with it.
But his performance from long range has been incredible.
I know that was your shot, Steve, and today it's his too.
Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right,
Yeah,
Kevin?
that's right. You got it. And he was also safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
Might as well remove all doubt, right?
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
He's been working some magic out there today, guys. This lead has been largely his making.
Here's Lopez. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
How did he get that to go?
Even after the whistle, I like the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play.
And Lillard kicks to Lopez. Lillard, defended by Paul. That's a 2 for Matthews. Sinks it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Oh, Nelly, listen to that.
That shot eliciting a roar from this gigantic crowd.
That was huge, guys. Absolutely huge.
Here's Griffin, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Man, how about the dexterity for this big guy? I mean, he is really smooth around the basket.
Griffin no good on the free throw. Portland's gotten the crew from 3-point range. They're 4 for 4 since the third quarter ended. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Sometimes when you're at a height disadvantage, that's the way to attack. Go right at your defenders. That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now, so strategic. Everything changes a little bit. Those were very important foul shots.
$15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, what a basket, man. At the perfect time.
How about the courage and backbone of this guy? Wow.
This free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ballgame.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
3 for Matthews. Yes! And what a sensational bucket to put them within 1.
This has really become an intense ballgame ever since halftime.
Boy, the effort from both teams here, Steve, is terrific.
And now they foul and stop the clock. It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second free throw, no good that time. They really wanted that one. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail-biter.
Yeah, it was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
Good finish this one. As the Clippers beat the Blazers in a tight game, 117-115. Brandon Knight will be leave here. Will be leave in. There will be a hop on CP right now. Jay Crowder will have another injury. Damian Lillard will be hurt for 2 to 4 weeks. They will be spraying glue. It will be huge after the game. And then check out some view box score. Lillard got 21-15. Aldridge got 20 when Wednesday Madness at the same time. And the disconnected cheese continues again. And Chris Paul got 36. Griffin got 28. And Barnes got 21. And a huge ending here for the Clippers. And then walk off defeat. Check out some view box score. Thunder, Bobcats, Pistons, Magic, Wizards, Timberwolves, Nuggets, Pelicans, Lakers, Jazz, Heat, Kings, Bucks, Nets, Raptors, Knicks, and Suns. Warriors gonna simulate again here. We got Nerys Noel will be coming, return to play. Jock Hayes will be out for 2 to 4 weeks. Actually, he's still playing. I will always have CPU. Everyone right now, the injuries right there. Ryan Gomes will be hurt. The PBA in for Shabazz Muhammad that will be injured. And check out some field box scores. And the Heat still on the road now. Thunder beat the Bobcats, Magic, Timberwolves, Nuggets, Lakers, and a huge dominated Heat. Nets lose the Bucks, Knicks, and the Suns somehow to beat the Warriors in a huge by 19-point win. So let's check out some December 28th schedule. We got the Cavaliers, Celtics, Nets, Pacers, Knicks, Raptors, Pistons, Wizards, Mavericks, Bulls, Pelicans, Rockets, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Sixers, Suns, Heat, Blazers, Bobcats, Hawks, Timberwolves, Bobcats, and Jazz Clippers. Let's simulate truth date here. Sam Dallenberg, Thaddeus Young, Udoka Slim again, sleeping again. Alexei Shep, no, they will be out for 6 and 8 weeks. They will be injured for torn hand ligament. And Gary Neal will be healed, will be another CPU. Everyone's gonna get clearly injury, so it looks like the Heat continue on the row. We got the Celtics, we got the Nets, Raptors, Wizards, Bulls, Rockets, Grizzlies, Sixers, Heat, and the Hawks lose to the Bobcats somehow, and the Timberwolves even beat the Bucks without Alex Shep. December 29th was the day. It was the final game of the NFL season. In real life, it was the Green Bay Packers, led by the return of Aaron Rodgers, who threw the touchdown pass with a game-winning touchdown with Randall Cobb. And following afterwards, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football in a finish close. And Brandon Boykin got intercepted to win the NFC East. We got the Warriors Cavaliers, Hawks Magic, Rockets Thunder, Kings Spurs, and Sixers Lakers. Simming once again here. Another injury report there. And Chris Middleton will be out for 46 weeks due to the broken toe. Chris Kaman will be healed. And the Marshall's out for 46 weeks. Leave it rotation once again. Everyone's gonna get clear injuries. Then they returns there. We got Warriors, Hawks, Thunder, Rockets. How about that? Kevin Durant beats them. Spurs and the Lakers. Okay, that will be good. December 13th, we got the Bulls, Grizzlies, Mavericks, Timberwolves, Blazers, Pelicans, Heat, Nuggets, Bobcats, Jazz, Wizards, Pistons, and Suns, Clippers. So I'm gonna be simulating once again here. Eric Murphy will be leaving up CPU. Jeremy Evans will be out for 46 weeks. No, many cuts will be 46 weeks for Jeremy Evans. Cody Zeller will be for 1 to 2 weeks. Everyone will healing up. Zach Randolph will back up. No, strain fracture. Mark Gasol is out for 2 to 4 weeks. Costa Kufus will be healed. John Salmons will be healed as well. Nene is not in the heel again. Again, another injury for hamstring. Let's check out some view box scores. We got the Bulls, the Timberwolves, Pelicans, and Nuggets. No, failed another winning streak as the Miami Heat snap again and joins become the second team. The Denver Nuggets are now become the second team to join Dallas Mavericks to defeat the Miami Heat. Are you serious? What's going on here? JaVale McGee got 22 and 9. Danny Gallinari got 22 and 10. Ty Lawson got 20. And LeBron has got 38. Wow! How did the Miami Heat lose to Denver Nuggets? Oh, look at the first quarter, 31 and 28. That was unbelievable. Failed. And now the Heat now get the second loss in the season. In the wrap up the 2013, they joined the Dallas Mavericks. They losing by 2. Bobcats beat the Jazz. Pistons beat the Wizards. And the Clippers so close. Trying to offset the Phoenix Suns in a close game by 1 point. And last but not least, on the New Year, we got some today's game in the Hawks, Celtics, Cavaliers, Pacers, Warriors, Magic, Raptors, Bulls, Kings, Rockets, Nets, Spurs, Blazers, Thunder, and Bucks, Lakers. That's gonna simulate right now again. We're gonna simulate here. And the Bulls are now 5 games in a row. Jason Thompson will heal up. Thunder are now 5 in a row. Oh my goodness! Kobe Bryant, no! Kobe Bryant is out for 1 to 2 weeks due to the lower back strain. No! 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 Kobe is out! Kobe is out for 1 to 2 weeks. No! How did an injury again? Willie Green's out for stress fracture, 6 and 8 weeks. Oh my god, no. Jerry Cunningham is also injured for sprained ankle sprain. And now he healed out for Jose Calderon. No, no. Why the Lakers are injured? No way. They injured for Kobe, not in that season. We got the Celtics, Pacers, Warriors, Bulls, and for some reason, the Sacramento Kings upset the Rockets. Why? Dwight Howard got 33 and 10, Barry got 23, and Harden got 30 and 12. Meanwhile, Carl Landry got 25, McLemore got 23. How the Rockets lose to the worst team against Sacramento? Spurs beat the Nets, Thunder beat the Blazers, and now continuing losing skin on the road. Lakers beat the Bucks. How did Kobe got injured? Only scored 14 before injury afterwards. Why is this happening? Oh my god, Kobe is out for 1 to 2 weeks. No way. How did he injure in there? Alright, Happy New Year for the 2014, and now we reach the 2014 now. They had 5 NBA games together. Mavericks, Wizards, Bobcats, Clippers, Pacers, Raptors, Pelicans, Timberwolves, and Sixers, Nuggets. Gonna simulate right now. Danny Gallinari will be hamstring. Pondexter will be leave here. Dwayne Wade finally and now return to play. Now return to play. With the shooting guard now return to heel. Jeff Whitley as well. Goran Dragic will be still hurt for day to day. That will be fine. We got the Mavericks, Clippers, Raptors, Pelicans, and the Nuggets. Wow, let's see the news for Miami. And now we're now regaining full strength. Let's check the Heat lineup here for LeBron and Wade company. And switching once again to reserve. Where's the reserve? There's the bench. There's the bench right here. Need to replace to Ray Allen in to get some 50-minute switch to Dwayne Wade. That's 38 minutes there. I will switch to 17 now. Let's get to it. Switch it here. Some Baye and LeBron James. Now the rejoins with Dwayne Wade after missing injuries. Right now, who is your MVP? Howard, LeBron, or CP3 as the MVP race is on? We got Howard, LeBron, and CP3 and the two of the Rockets. Why Jeremy Lin precipitated the MVP? Wow. Rookie of the Year race, we got Trey Burke, Noel, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Carter Williams on reporter. Sixth Man of the Year, we got Gordon Hayward, Shannon Brown, Steven Jackson, Ben Gordon, and Jaren Jack. Defensive Player of the Year, Kevin Love, Anthony Davis, Josh Smith, Kemba Walker, and Carmelo. Improved Player, we got another Jeremy Lin, JaVale McGee, Knight, and Mario Chalmers. And there's no Coach of the Year now. I think it is Eric Spoelstra. Let's check out the league leaders update. It's still in the lead for Kevin Durant and Russ Westbrook, the two Thunder leaders. Let's check out the All-Star votes right here. Kobe Bryant hopefully will be back here for injury afterwards. So, let's check out some January 2 schedule. We got the Magic, Cavaliers, Celtics, Bulls, Nets, Thunder, Grizzlies, Suns, Bucks, Jazz, Bobcats, Blazers, Sixers, Kings, Warriors, Heat, and Knicks, Spurs. That will be another interesting now. Carmelo Anthony will be healed for sprain. Will be hurt for sprained toe 1 to 2 weeks. Kid Jokic is hurt from tailbone. Chris Paul now will be healed. Zach Randolph is also out again, hurt again in sprained ankles. Kenneth Farid and Tyreke Evans is out for 46 weeks due to the broken hand. What? No. Alright, see what's going on here. We got Cavaliers, Bulls, Nets. How about that? He stopped the Thunder streak. In real life, John Johnson got the game-winning shot. Bucks, Blazers, Sixers. Oh, the Heat almost Heat. The Heat, they scored 151 points. That was the second high for the Miami Heat history. They scored 151 points. They scored, I believe it was... That was 32 points. That was 32 points for the Heat. Let's check on the recap. Dwayne Wade 35, Chalmers got 30 and 15, LeBron got 29, Chris Bosh got 21. What a huge dominant. Curry got 23, Iguodala got 22, and David Lee got 20 points, and Thompson got 18, and the Spurs beat the Knicks. How about that? Now we'll check out some next schedule right now. We got the Raptors, Wizards, Knicks, Rockets, Grizzlies, Nuggets, Warriors, Hawks, Pelicans, Celtics, Clippers, Mavericks, and the Jazz, Lakers. Will be simulating again. Another injury for Harrington, Ivan Faminu, Daniels Young, Delfino, Murphy, Solinger, and Chris Paul again will heal again. We're hurt again for hamstring after a heal. Maxwell and Jason Terry's out for 2 to 4 weeks due to the severe ankle sprain. Oh, Nate Robinson is also hurt out for 1 to 2 weeks due to a hyperextended knee. Peyton Silva, Jeff Pendergraft will be healed. They were hurt. Something happened. Why keep having injury? Ryan Gum, stop with injuries. Then we got the Raptors, Rockets, Grizzlies, Hawks, Pelicans, and Clippers, and the Lakers. Without Kobe Bryant, unfortunately. January 4th that day, because the NFL playoffs wildcard begins. In real life, it was the Kansas City Chiefs and the Indianapolis Colts. In the second game, it was the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. In the first game, saw the biggest playoff comeback in NFL history, led by Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts come from behind, defeat the Kansas City Chiefs by 1 point, 45-44 to make it to the division round, and followed by the second game, the Saints beat the Eagles 26-24. So we got the Pelicans, Pacers, Heat, Magic, Hawks, Bulls, Thunder, Timberwolves, Bucks, Suns, Sixers, Blazers, Bobcats, Kings, Cavaliers, Nets, and Clippers, Spurs. That will be good. So in simulating again here, Brook Lopez will be day-to-day. Spurs are now on the roll with 10 games in a row. Nate Reuters, Udonis Haslem will be in return. And Brandon James will be hurt for bruised rib. Goran Dragic as well. So it looks like that will be fine. Pelicans somehow to dominate over the Pacers. We got the Heat, the Hawks somehow to stun the Bulls. Thunder, Bucks lose to the Suns. How? Blazers, Kings, and the Nets along with the Spurs. Alright. Move on to next January 5 in another NFL playoffs. In real life, it was the San Diego Chargers, Cincinnati Bengals, and the rivalry between the 49ers and Packers. In real life, with the result, the San Diego Chargers defeat the Cincinnati Bengals led by Phillip Rivers. And the second game saw the San Francisco 49ers walk off in wild card over the Aaron Rodgers and a healthy Green Bay Packers in real life. So, right during the season that it was in real life, I saw the following year of Candlestick fought against the Falcons in Week 16. That was Chicago led by who's the roster for the 49ers, led by Colin Kaepernick, Kendall Hunter. That's not one. That's not. Navarro Freeman, that was right there. Navarro Freeman is the defensive. Where's the defensive Freeman? Where's the Freeman here? That was the really intercepted against the Falcons in Week 16. So that was in real life. You see that by Vernon Davis right here, along with Colin Kaepernick. Anthony Davis is not the same name for 49ers. It's not the same name. Name for 49ers. There is Navarro Bowman. Intercepted and it was picked at the stick in Week 16. That was during the intercepted during the last game to end of the pick up the stick. So we got the Grizzlies, Pistons, Pacers, Cavaliers, Raptors, Heat, Warriors, Wizards, Celtics, Thunder, Knicks, Mavericks, and the Nuggets, Lakers. And this is right there, the Phillip Rivers right there in real life. San Diego beats Cincinnati Bengals in wild card round 2013. Lakers are now 5 games in a row since without Kobe Bryant. Gerald Henderson right now, and Dwayne Wade will be back spams from day to day. Norris Cole now regains now the back the Miami Heat guards to rejoin the Heat team. Frank Aminu, Rip Hamilton, Derek Fisher now return the play. You see the Mavericks beat the Knicks now. You see the Grizzlies, Cavaliers, Heat, Wizards, Thunder, Mavericks, and the Lakers. How about that? January 6th, we got the Timberwolves, Sixers, Hawks, Nets, and Magic, Clippers. Simulate again here, again and again. John Jenkins, another injury, will be out for 1 to 2 weeks due to the sore ankle. And Jarvis Barnando out for high ankle sprain, 4 to 6 weeks. Jason Thompson, it will be healed. Tony Mitchell, it will be healed and hurt. Eric Bledsoe, Andre Robinson. So let's check out some updates. Sixers, Hawks, and the Magic somehow beat the Clippers. How about that? And last but not least, on January 7th, we got the Wizards, Bobcats, Sixers, Cavaliers, Raptors, Pacers, Suns, Bulls, Spurs, Grizzlies, Warriors, Bucks, Celtics, Nuggets, Thunder, Jazz, Blazers, Kings, Pelicans, Heat, Pistons, Knicks, and the Lakers, Mavericks. How about this good matchup? Simulate again, Costa Kufus. We got Mo Williams. Andre Drummond's out for 2 to 4 weeks. Again, is injured for sprained neck. And the Mavericks stop the Lakers. How about that? Stop the 5-game win streak on the track for the Mavericks. Brook Lopez, Thiago Splitter. So that will be here now. Check out the view box score. The Bobcats, the Sixers, the Pacers, the Bulls, the Grizzlies lose the Spurs in a close game. And then continue on the road by Tim Duncan. Warriors, Nuggets, Thunder, Blazers, and the Heat. Okay, how about that easy? Pistons and the Mavericks, how about that? Alright, so January 8th, there's no flex game for there today for the Mavericks, Spurs, and Lakers, Rockets. But in real life reality, on January 8th, suddenly the Lakers, Rockets got flexed out, replaced by Phoenix Suns and the Minnesota Timberwolves game. That was a huge BS moment. So we got the Mavericks, Spurs, Pistons, Raptors, Suns, Timberwolves, Wizards, Pelicans, Magic, Blazers, Pacers, Hawks, Warriors, Nets, Celtics, Clippers, and Lakers Rockets. So let's check out Devin Harris reported injury, as hopefully he will not play yet again this time around. And still have to wait Devin Harris to still wait for day to day. It's strained Achilles yet. Hopefully Devin Harris will be back soon after that injury with strained Achilles after coming back. Let's see what's going on in the updates. Jeremy Lin still injury again here. At the time, Devin Harris will wait to return the injuries, to return the play. Kobe Bryant's out, so Nanai will be unable to recovery. Marc Gasol is out for injury. So many injuries so far, and turns back to worse. Turns anything worse for the Grizzlies. And Chris Paul will be hurt. I will be get out. They need to get back to switch these guys. Let's get more retake the heel now and approach the 1R now. We approach the 1R now. And we're gonna check their Fishers. Alright, they're ready to get ready now. So what's going on there? Check out some homepage for the Thunder. So now, unfortunately, Devin Harris still have a wait to wait for the return to play. After it, if a chance, the Dallas Mavericks have the chance to defeat the Spurs to step the returning a winning streak on the track. What now, the Spurs? Last time that the Spurs lost, they fell to Utah Jazz as they losing 4 in a row. Actually, they lose to Clippers. They losing 5 in a row, and they're hot on the road since return of Tim Duncan recovery injuries. So, fortunately, no Kobe Bryant. The Lakers thought there will be no flex out. So we got the ESPN matchup between the Mavericks Spurs and the Lakers Rockets. That will be safe house now. The NBA season will be good one. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. Since check out in the next game tomorrow will be no, there will be no tomorrow night. I will be break off for next May 12 and May 13 will be no games, and May 14 will be resumed the upload action. First game, on the other hand, we're off the AT&T Center in San Antonio. We got the Southwest rivalry features Dirk Nowitzki and Monte Ellis of the Dallas Mavericks take on Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili in the red hot San Antonio Spurs. And followed by the second game, there's no Kobe Bryant. That will be no flex out. The Lakers Rockets is gonna be Steve Nash and Nick Young of the Los Angeles Lakers take on Dwight Howard and James Harden of the Houston Rockets. That should be interesting. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as the NBA playoff continues. The Celtics get the win here in game number 3 over the Knicks, and the Timberwolves stun the Warriors in game number 3. And that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as the Clippers beat the Blazers in a close game by 2, 117 to 115. This is Andre Kenshin saying so long for Rose Garden in Portland. We'll see you tomorrow for another doubleheader once again. We're head to San Antonio and Houston for the first matchup, the Dallas Mavericks and the San Antonio Spurs, followed by the Los Angeles Lakers and the Houston Rockets. It's time to say sign up and peace out. Good night, and now reminder, we'll see you tomorrow for another doubleheader. We got the Dallas, San Antonio, and the Lakers and the Rockets. As we see you Wednesday, actually, don't say that. Again, reminder, we'll see you next Wednesday. As a reminder, there's no games from Monday and Tuesday. Will be break off. Will be day off. So once again, this is Andre Kenshin saying so long from Rose Garden, Portland, Oregon. We'll see you Wednesday. We're heading to AT&T Center and the Toyota Center for the Mavericks Spurs and the Lakers Rockets. Once again, this is Andre Kenshin saying so long from Rose Garden in Portland. It's time to say sign up and peace out. Good night, and reminder, we'll see you Wednesday. We're off the AT&T Center and Toyota Center for the Mavericks Spurs and the Lakers Rockets. So it's time to say sign up and peace out. Good night, and see you Wednesday. Thanks for watching, and peace out.